Hi, I'm here with Michael Simpson. He's one of our College for America students. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing good today.
Good, good. Thanks for joining me on an early Saturday morning. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. So I guess we'll jump into the first question. Why did you join College for America?
Well, number one, I need my college degree, obviously. I really appreciate the way that it had been described to me, the different method that you use for learning. Traditional classrooms haven't really worked for me really well, and having been in the workforce for quite some time, I don't think I could use traditional learning anyways. So the non-traditional learning method was what I was really attracted to, and I get to set my own pace, which is pretty important with the kind of schedule that I have.
Yeah, definitely. What have you done in this program that you didn't think you could do before?
The biggest thing is that I've always had a block on accounting type stuff, and so it kind of forced me to get this degree. And with the non-traditional learning, it forced me to grab a hold of a guy who I know who's got an MBA and ask him to explain some things to me. And so I guess the getting past the accounting terms thing, because accounting terms are backwards of the way that I would expect them to be. So the biggest thing that I learned was, yeah, I can understand accounting. I just needed to have a reason to stop and find it.
Right.
Yeah.
Has that surprised you, or has anything else surprised about yourself?
I have been surprised at how much I knew, how much stuff I thought was worthless knowledge that I've been able to bring to the table and put together with the things that I've learned from other people, so that I was quickly able to understand a concept based on my prior knowledge from something else, some project I'd worked on, or something else that I'd done, or just conversations, hanging out with people, how much I'd picked up over the years.
Sure. So you're one of our newer students. You're just a couple weeks into the program. But have you had a hard time finding time to schedule working on your tasks? Some students might find it difficult, especially when life gets in the way.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit about myself to help you understand why that may or may not be a problem, and how somebody could look at my life and see whether they can do it or not. I have 2 children. I also have 2 foster children. I work a full-time job that is in the IT world. I actually work for Amazon, and so my job can take me away from home for a week, or I could go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and not get off until 8 o'clock at night, and then have to be back in the morning at 8 o'clock. I also do a lot of work through my church, and a lot of volunteer work aside from that, and I teach children how to play chess on Thursday nights. So I've got a lot going on, and I've not had any trouble finding times to schedule. It's simply a matter of, do I find it important enough to take the time to do what I need to do? So I would say that I'm probably a pretty busy guy, and I can always find time, even if it's 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, at my lunch break. Working in IT, I do have plenty of computers around, so there's always a computer around. That may make a difference, because I can do research. I keep a notebook about what I'm trying to research, and when I have some free time, I'm surfing the internet, but I'm surfing the internet specifically to find some answers for a particular question I have. So I haven't really found it hard to find the time. It's just a matter of finding it important enough to find the time.
Sure, sure. Excuse me. Some students say that even with a plan, it's difficult to commit. Can you kind of further explain how you've been able to commit to your plan?
I think committing is really a personal thing. Before I went into this, I sat down and talked to my wife and my family, and explained to them what I was trying to do and why. That it's about me trying to better myself, potentially move into bigger positions, making more money, which would allow me more time at home. When I explained it all to them, I got them on board. So it was about getting my entire family on board with, hey, Daddy's going to have some time alone at times. So that's really what it's about, is communicating with the people around me, if I guess if I was a single guy, I would have probably told all my friends that this is what I want to need to do. But if I was a single guy, I wouldn't have so much time of mine taken away. So.
Right, sure. What about reaching out to your coach? Have you been able to do this? Some people might find this difficult.
I think that the people who would find it difficult would probably be those who are not used to communicating in this kind of a format between IM, email, and video chats. I haven't done any video chats with him. We have done a lot of email and telephone. If it's not that difficult, really the biggest thing comes down to, are you used to or capable of dealing with somebody at a distance? Deo is my coach, and he's a great guy. We've talked a number of times on the telephone. We email back and forth, but that's what I'm used to. I'm used to collaborating with people over long distances. So that might take somebody some time to get used to, but there's always the chat, the hangouts. This hangout here. This is like you and I are sitting in the same room, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the cool things about Google Hangouts is we're miles and miles away, but we're in the same room together.
Yeah. So, I don't think it would be that hard as long as somebody was able to do the hangouts. That it would be easier if they weren't used to dealing with people from a long distance.
Sure. I guess one last question. I know like I said, you're one of our newer students, but do you have any advice for a CfA student who's just kind of starting their program?
Ask questions. The community is there. People are willing to help. People are willing to answer questions. People are willing to collaborate. If you're running into a problem, chances are somebody else has run into that problem. So first, you can go to the community and you can see, has anybody posted about this? And if not, post something. Somebody will respond.